we start with breaking news. In the last few minutes, the Israeli military has said one of the 4 bodies handed back by Hamas last night is not one of the Israeli hostages. In a statement on X, the IDF said the following the completion of examinations at the National Institute of Forensic Medicine, the 4th body handed over to Israel by Hamas does not match any of the hostages. Hamas is required to make all necessary efforts to return the deceased hostages. Let's take you live to Jerusalem. Our Middle East correspondent Adam Parsons is there. Adam, what more can you tell us?
So these 4 coffins were returned last night by Hamas. They were handed over to the Red Cross in Gaza and then passed on to the Israeli military, took them into Israel, and this is pitch black, and held a ceremony with the chief military rabbi, and then they were taken to the National Forensic Center in Tel Aviv. And the purpose of that was to identify them and to confirm that these were indeed hostages. 3 of them are confirmed as deceased hostages. Those names are Tamir Nimrodi, Aitan Levy, and Uriel Barak. So those 3 people have been returned. Their families have been told. The 4th body, a little earlier this morning, the IDF indicated that this person had not been identified. When they released those 3 names, it was very pointed that they didn't release the name of the 4th. It became apparent that they understood that this person was not a hostage, and now they have confirmed that fact. Now, this is not the first time that Hamas has returned a body saying it was one person and it turned out to be no such person. And I think it indicates, well, in a sense, it indicates some of the chaos that still surrounds the process of returning these bodies. I'm sure there will be those who allege that this has been done deliberately. I'm sure there will also be many others who said that, in fact, this is an error on the part of Hamas. It's very clear that having signed this agreement and said that they would return the remains of these 28 dead hostages, it has become apparent that either Hamas does not know where they all are, or it cannot reach them, or the people who were charged with looking after these bodies have been killed, or that the location has been covered in rubble. However you frame it, it's not just Hamas saying this. The International Committee of the Red Cross has said that it's going to be extremely difficult to recover all of these remains. Now, this happens on the day when the first funeral is being held of one of the hostages whose remains were returned earlier as part of this agreement. And I suspect that once again we're going to have a day when both sides accuse the others of breaches. The Israelis will of course look at Hamas and say, you are not doing enough to get the bodies back. Hamas will say the Israelis are shooting civilians and are being heavy-handed with their military and not withdrawing in the spirit of this agreement. And there's also been this confusion over the Rafah crossing. Yesterday evening, Israel was saying that it will be closed in response to Hamas's inability to return these bodies. Then overnight, there was a counter-suggestion that Hamas, having returned some bodies, that the Rafah crossing would then be opened. Now the Israeli military making it clear that that is not the case, and that for the moment the Rafah crossing, such an important portal for aid, will not be opened, and that at the moment it seems only half the number of aid trucks that are stipulated in the ceasefire agreement will be getting into Gaza. So the ceasefire is holding, but it is under enormous strain.
And Adam, we talk about Hamas. Any indication when the next handover might take place? And also, when we talk about Hamas, are there any other groups or organisations that may be holding remains here? Because it's not just Hamas that operates in the territory.
Yeah, so your first question, no, there is absolutely no indication at all as to when any other handover is going to be happening. This one was arranged hastily, and it was actually arranged after the Israelis had said that they were going to close the Rafah crossing. So it seemed as if it was a response to that. There is at the moment no way of knowing how many bodies Hamas has got access to. There are some people here in Israel who maintain that this is all a deceit, that Hamas knows exactly where the bodies are and is playing politics with them. There are others who will tell you just as confidently that is not, that Hamas actually wants to be seen to be playing its part in the ceasefire, would like to return these bodies. And frankly, it's impossible to know where the truth lies and when we will get another announcement. It could be in 5 minutes, it could be in 5 days. In terms of the other groups, absolutely. So, for instance, the PIJ, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, is understood to be holding some of these dead hostages. There are other groups, militia groups within Gaza, and this is happening also at a time of growing lawlessness within the Strip, more internal tension for day-to-day control. So it's a difficult place to be, and I think any predictions of when bodies could be brought out are probably either informed by high-level intelligence or guesswork.
Adam Parsons, in Jerusalem for us. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.